Hey there, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with energy to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today we're going to talk about the energy of the Sun that is in Cancer. It is in your 9th house of long distance travel. Like any of us are doing that, of higher learning, of communication with spirit. So that is kind of the area that is going to be focused and highlighted. It is very supportive energy being in Cancer, a fellow water sign. And so before I go any further, that is June 21st through July 21st. Before I go any further, please hit the thumbs up button. I am also going to ask you if you would like to be in a drawing for a free 1-card poll reading that I'm going to do at the end of the Scorpio reading for mid-July. So that would be easier to be in if you leave me a comment, either you leave me an emoji, because then I have your name. So if you would do that, that would be excellent. I would really enjoy doing that for you. And so a couple of things to think about. We do have Mercury going retrograde as of today, the 18th, and it will be retrograde through the 12th, but it'll be a shadow all the way through. And so Cancer, Mercury retrograde in Cancer is about communication from the heart, and it's going to be really important that we work with understanding and listening with all of our senses. You're going to want to allow space for other people to be confused, allow space for you to need clarification as well. So I think that's going to be the primary thing. I know there's a lot of things that people like to talk about when Mercury goes retrograde, but there's so many other things going on. I feel like it's a footnote in the whole situation, but I do think since communication is being highlighted with with it being in your 9th house, that really being open to and listening to that with all of your senses will become important. So you are already setting up for an interesting reading here. Okay, so here we have your overall energy is very interesting. So you have the Two of Swords. This is using your intuition to make a decision, to move, to decide what the next thing is. So it shows crows attacking her, but crows to me, that's that magical knowingness. That's that energy of the magic within that we all have. And so it's almost as though they're trying to get her attention. Take the blindfold off. The magic within, or she's seeking the magic within, but I don't know. It's like the magic is all around her, and she just needs to look for it, not hide from it, not fight it. And here we have, okay, she has her eyes open. I wasn't sure at first. Here we have the 9 of Wands, and this 9 of Wands encourages you to step over the little barrier that you have constructed for yourself and being willing to go forward. So both of these cards are really about being willing to create your own magic and step and go forward. And you have the King of Pentacles, and this King of Pentacles is all about knowing that you can manifest whatever you want. Whatever you want. You create your own magic, but you have to be willing to step out, step over, go for it. So these are the lights of your tarot. I love it. They come with these little mantras, and I'm going to go ahead and read those to you because first off, Spirit really wants me to, but because I also want to. It's me telling Spirit I was going to do that. Honest. Okay, so, I want to read that one last. The Two of Swords says, when I'm blinded by the unknown, I can trust myself to move toward the light. Okay, so this is trusting in yourself. This is knowing that you can do this. You absolutely have everything you need to do this. And the 9 of Wands really has such a lovely little mantra with it. I really like the most is I push beyond my own perceived limitations And I remain open and trusting as I do. What are you trusting? You're trusting yourself. Trusting yourself. And then this, I dream my endless potential into existence with steady desire and effort. Nine of Wands is also about effort. So you can get where you want to go. You just need to trust yourself and you need to move forward. You can do this. You're just going to have to believe and trust in yourself. All right, so let's get into this reading. This is really setting up interestingly because you have this card for the overall energy. All that glitters is gold. So often, let's see, they're masks. So often, we think something is so amazing and it's going to be wonderful, and then it turns out it really wasn't. It was false gold. And so being willing to trust yourself to move toward the light of your desires. What do you want to manifest? You know, stepping out of your own way. Okay, wow, that was a way to put it. Not my words. So basically getting out of your own way and trusting yourself to move in the direction of your desire to create whatever it is that you want to create. So if you've never been here before, key to the situation, past, present, future, thoughts, feelings, actions, clarifiers, and let's go. Okay, the winds of change. Yeah, something's happening, right? Something in your heart. This is in the middle of the heart space here. I assigned Lenormand cards to each of this, and this is also the heart space, right? Thoughts, feelings. And so there's something is changing about the way you feel, and it is the key to the situation. How do you feel? And following that guidance and getting over your own obstructions that the boundaries you've created for yourself that seriously, is that a boundary? I mean, honestly, it comes up to her knee. There's no place like home. Okay, so in the arena of where you've been trying to get more information. So no place like home is, where do you feel at home in your heart space? And this is Cancer energy here. Like, what makes you feel at home? Where do you feel that you belong? That is a big question that a lot of people are asking right now. They've been asking it for a while, and now we're wrapping up this whole energy here. We have that new moon eclipse in Cancer. We have a full moon in Capricorn, which says, what do you need to release, to let go of, to move toward that energy? And then you have another new moon coming up on the 20th, so in Cancer. So the big question is, what feels like home to you? And it's like you've been seeking guidance on that. And so the way to transform this situation is to go ahead and start building something. You have the building blocks. There is a change in the wind of how you feel, but you are going to have to take a step. And the first one is getting over your own perceived boundary to move toward the dream. To trust yourself that the direction you're moving in is correct. We have the yin energy for your thoughts in the future. Yin energy is about being open to receiving. Being open to receiving the guidance from spirit. Because it's in the area of thoughts. And so, again, we go back to following your heart. Following your heart to go where you want to go. Whatever this is, you knew it was time to leave. In the recent past, you've been making the decision, it's time to go. There is a change in the wind, and it's time to go. And there's been a lot of anxiety and concern over this. It could be about literally moving. Or it could be a relationship situation. Or it could be you're getting ready to go to college because it's in your ninth house of learning. And there's a little anxiety over that, right? But it's a building block to your future. It could be a job opportunity. There's something, but what feels like home to you, and being open and receptive to allowing spirit to bring you what you need to know. And I'm going to tell you right now, you are going to be a little homesick for a bit. We have the never-ending story here in the heart space. This is just July, okay? So a change is happening. Change is hard. There is a letting go. There is a releasing. There is what you thought was home is not really home. It's not working, and you need to start building a new future. And be open to receiving the information, the guidance from Spirit. But there is going to be a sense of loneliness and loss that comes from it. But don't forget, the King of Pentacles manifests desire through... Oh, I want to look that up again because I want to say it right. I dream my endless potential into existence with steady desire and effort. Building blocks. Steady desire and effort. You've had a little trouble imagining what the future is going to look like when you make this change. Scorpio, you're a fixed sign. Did I already say this? You're a fixed sign. Change is difficult for everybody, but the fixed signs really struggle with it. But in your heart, you know it's time to go. And you know that you're going to feel a little alone. And that's probably what's kept you in a situation. That's probably what's kept you from stepping over that little teeny tiny fence. Is that you don't want to feel alone. Because something that you thought was going to be amazing turns out it was just false gold. And that is really hard when we make a decision and a choice and we're like, I'm sure this is the right thing to do. I know this is right. I feel it. I feel it. And then something about it scrapes the surface and you're like, wait. That's just rock under there. It's not real. And then you have to, oh gosh, you have to admit that you're human. And that's hard sometimes. Like, it was a learning experience. You were supposed to experience what you experienced to learn something. So examining what was the lesson. And the lesson is to trust your heart. Maybe you made a decision that looked good on paper. But there was this voice in your head that kept saying, I'm not sure, but it looks good on paper, so I'm going to do it, I'm going to do that. And Spirit is saying, listen to your heart and the guidance, the intuition to help you make the next step. Trust your inner light and come to the edge and be willing to step off into your future. Come to the edge. When you have a change in the wind and come to the edge. It is funny. I honestly, this is the first time I've seen this card all day. And this, oh no, I think that one showed up too. So there is a very consistent message. So as alone as you feel, like the whole world seems to be going through these same kinds of changes. If that makes you feel any better. It's the whole world is shifting. Everybody can't be wrong. It's just time to shift. It's time to change. This is not the first time I've seen this either. You're poised. You're poised for greatness. You're poised for the next phase in your life. You are poised to spread your wings and fly. Reaching for the stars. You're poised. You can manifest. I dream my endless potential into existence with steady desire and effort. You know, your 7th house is partnership is Taurus. And this is the Taurus card to me. And so Taurus manifest. That's what they do. They're like, oh, I want to create that. I'll just go and I will work hard and I will be consistent and I'll put the effort in and it will grow. But so let's think of like a farmer, right? They plant the seeds, they grow the corn, but the corn has to be harvested and replanted for the next season. The same corn that they planted in the one season has to be harvested. It has to be, space has to be cleared in order to put in, and they actually plant soybeans the next time, right? To put the nitrogen back in the ground. So there's this period of replenishing before they can grow something again, right? But in another field, they're growing the corn. But it's different corn. And so again, there's a season and a cycle to things. And so right now, the whole world's having this season and cycle, and it's time to shift and change. So be willing to make the changes and step over the fence that's only knee-high. Trusting your intuition. that you'll know which field to plant the corn in. And I'll give you a hint. It's the one that had the soybeans in it, that was regenerating and being recharged. You have awakening. Change the way you are looking at a situation. Embrace your uniqueness. And there is a temporary pause in the action. It's seeing things from a different perspective and understanding, oh gosh, that there is a season for everything. And this feels like after it's been harvested and you are letting the ground sit. It is the space in between the ending and the new beginning where you find the balance, because now you have a chance to look. So what the field looked like when it was full of corn, it looked one way, but now that it's been harvested and it's full of stubble, you can see different parts of it that you didn't see before. Like, oh, I got to pull those stones out, and I'm going to have to fix that tile over there in the drainage ditch. And there's stuff you see that you didn't see before. So take that pause, take that breath, and then say, okay, what can I do to nurture the soil to grow the seeds next time? There's a need to allow the awakening to happen by getting a different perspective on it. There's a waterfall in the back of this, and so this is about the emotional energy of it. But this is dragonfly wings. This is spiritual transformation. This is allowing yourself the space to receive from spirit. Whoa, I'm not taking all those cards. We are not doing that. I don't know what that was about, but we're not doing that. What was that, like 20? Okay, I didn't count. You can go back and count if you want to be entertained. Wow. Okay. A little guidance on the heart space here. That looks like it's kind of tough here with that never-ending story and this disappointment of, I thought this was something that it's not. But I really want to encourage you to remember that you manifest your life. You totally create with spirit anything you want, and spirit is bringing it in. So be open and receptive to what you're getting. Follow the light within. Step over the perceived boundaries that are only knee-high. You have forgiveness. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. Nothing can be gained by being disappointed. So forgive yourself for being human. That's number one. And forgive others for being human. Because we came here as soulmates to help each other, to learn, to grow, to teach things. Be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. Forgiveness and expressing love for yourself and for others. It's how you nurture that ground. That's the soybeans going in. That's the replenishing of the soil. Is the forgiveness, is the rain that makes it all clean and nourishes it and provides the moisture that will be needed to plant seeds in the future by removing the toxic from the pesticides and everything else. And then you have the be willing to express love. That's putting something back in. That's the nitrogen that you put in from the pulling the weeds, putting in the nitrogen. Allowing the rain to flow through it, putting in the nitrogen, the soybeans, so that you can grow again. So pay attention to what's going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing some important details, keeping it in check. Take time to let the field lie fallow. Take time to let the soybeans do their work. It's not a fallow field, but, it's replenishing the soil, replenishing yourself. You're poised, but you don't need to step over the edge yet. Not into this new relationship, new situation, whatever this is. new job, new whatever that you've put so much energy into, but I feel like it's a relationship because you look really heartbroken here. Imagine what it is that you want. Visualize it to bring it in. But don't go running so fast toward the next thing. When a relationship ends, it generally takes 1 month per year of the relationship to fully heal and integrate the knowledge and the information and the lessons that you received in order for it to be the most benefit to you. And so take the time to be the hangman. Take the time to allow the healing to come in. It looks like the video and audio is off. I'm really sorry. There's no reason for that. Like I'm the only one at home. Nobody else is using the internet. I don't have any other apps open. It's just being ridiculous. Okay, so your mantra. I am receiving divine inspiration right now. I am receiving divine inspiration right now. Allow it to happen. Allow it to happen. Follow the inner light. You'll know what to do then. Okay? I am receiving divine inspiration right now. That is what you start out each day with. You also say, I forgive myself and I forgive others. We are all just learning and growing. I unconditionally forgive myself and I forgive others. We are all just learning and growing. And I am receiving divine inspiration. You will know where the light is if you look for it inside of you. All right? You guys take care. I will see you. Don't forget to leave a comment so I can put you in the drawing. And I will be back on Monday in just a couple of days with the bi-weekly coming up. So, happy new moon eclipse. It is a great opportunity for all of us. All right? You take care. We'll talk soon.